You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey, Bold and Beautiful fans, I've got your early edition spoilers for August 26th through 30th. We're going to be seeing Taylor Hayes absolutely furious, Luna Nozawa doing some plotting, and Hope Logan spiraling. This is Belinda from Soap Dirt, and as we always do on early edition day, we start with what's happening the rest of this week, just to give you some context. So with that in mind, we're going to dive in with what's ahead on Wednesday, August 21st. So Steffi's outrage at Finn over this kiss, I think, blindsided him in some ways. Like, he knew he had to expose Hope to put a stop to this. And he definitely thought he was doing the right thing, but Steffy took it to heart. And sometimes I think Steffi's kind of being extra where some of this is concerned with Finn. But in this case, and even though she has hidden 2 kisses from Liam from him, I did see where she's coming from. And this conversation that started on Tuesday continues on Wednesday. Steffy, her attitude is, can I keep doing this? Can I be in this marriage with a man who is prioritizing other women over me, aka Sheila and Hope, one who's she's deathly afraid of when she's not slapping her, and the other whom she has this intense and, decade plus rivalry, and Finn knows her feelings, but he keeps crossing lines she asks him not to cross, and he's begging forgiveness. He does not want to lose her. And I think she's going to think more on this later, but she's got to deal with Hope. So she is going to march over for this confrontation with Hope Logan in the design office. And of course, Hope's talking to Brooke, who has told her she's spiraling. Hope agrees she's out of control. This is not the person she wants to be. And when Steffy storms in, Hope is very worried. Brooke is very worried because she doesn't know how bad it's going to get. And Brooke does know Hope is 100% in the wrong. Hope immediately starts with the I'm sorry, and I think she's going to try and say that she just overstepped and yada, yada. Steffy asks her how could she kiss her husband. And of course, they both crossed lines when Liam was between them, but Liam had kind of always been between them, where this is a very distinct situation and Finn isn't any part of some rivalry until Hope made him part of it. And I'm just wondering, of course, Steffi's going to rage at her, if Steffi's going to try and fire her to get her just gone out of her life for good, although we know that's not going to happen. Thursday, August 22nd. So Brooke goes from this conversation with Hope to talk to Ridge, and Ridge had been talking to Taylor, and it sounds like Taylor has stepped out by the time Brooke shows up. We'll see how that works out, because just the way the spoilers go. So Brooke tells Ridge that Hope kissed Finn, and Ridge's reaction should be anger and outrage and defending Steffy and calling out Hope as wrong. That's what his reaction should be. We'll see what it is. But as Brooke is telling Ridge this, Taylor walks up and she is going to overhear this. And I'm expecting an explosion from Taylor, and again, in defense of Steffy, and maybe some like mother, like daughter sort of commentary. Ridge really needs to drop a hammer about this, and I hope he doesn't just blindly side with the love of his life, Brooke. Friday, August 23rd, Steffy sees something she wishes she could unsee, which is a very interesting spoiler. Maybe it's Hope having some kind of breakdown and she actually feels sorry for her. It could be Brooke and Ridge doing the deed in the CEO office. I could totally see Brooke being upset that Taylor's in town and trying to have some sort of physical, little acting out jealousy with Ridge. And Katie has scenes on Friday. She is so thrilled that she thinks she nailed down the killer and that she is getting justice for Tom and Hollis because Poppy is behind bars. Katie is, of course, 100% off the mark. And I'm very curious to see what Luna's next move is, because the last move where she kissed Bill, I think blindsided all of us, including Bill. Going into the week of August 26th through the 30th, Finn is very worried, as he should be, that he might lose his wife because of Hope's antics, and he needs to completely avoid Hope, cut her out of his life, as Steffy has kind of asked him to do in the past, but I think will insist the only way their marriage is going to survive is if he cuts Hope off. However, I don't think Hope is done with this fixation. She may make an excuse to want to see him alone to apologize. He cannot be alone with her. If Steffy finds out, she's going to go postal on both of them. And I know some people are speculating if Steffy's ultimatum could push Finn towards Hope. I don't see that happening. I just see him doubling down on trying to make his marriage work no matter what he has to do. Hope does recognize that she is acting quite unlike herself, but that doesn't mean that she's going to stop and get off this roller coaster that she has put herself on. I think she is going to need some kind of intervention. And remember, Bill told Luna he thinks she needs some therapy. I'm very curious if Dr. Taylor Hayes is about to get some new patients. I don't think Brooke would want Hope in therapy with Taylor, but in a way, Taylor might be an interesting choice because she knows all the history. It would kind of save time that she knows all the background between Hope and Steffy and Liam and just the history of the rivalry and the family. So Poppy is terrified she's going down for kills that she did not do, and Luna seems to be working some angle. We're expecting more Brooke versus Taylor, with the two mama bears trying to defend their kids. Taylor doesn't want Steffy's life destroyed by out of control Hope. Of course, Brooke has to defend her daughter, but she also knows her daughter did wrong. And this would be a whole lot easier for Brooke to manage if Taylor wasn't in LA, but there she is, and there she's staying, at least for now. Ridge is in a tough spot because Hope is Brooke's daughter, but she just did a very low thing to Steffy. And if Steffy does indeed want the line shut down and wants Hope out of Forrester Creations, will he cave or refuse and face the combined wrath of Steffy and Taylor? Bill Spencer is overdue to visit his girlfriend Poppy in jail, and I wonder who is going to reveal to Poppy that Luna is not his daughter. Maybe that will answer some questions for her about who might have done this. Plus, don't forget, Luna and Poppy's apartment building is scheduled for demolition. That's not for nothing that they keep mentioning that. And I wonder if the real killer is going to use this to take out someone else. Some possible targets, maybe Katie Logan, maybe Lee Finnegan, maybe even Bill Spencer himself, since Katie did warn him he might be in danger. And he did just reject Luna. And if she's the nutcase behind all this, who even knows how far this will go? I am excited to see what happens in next week's spoilers. We will have the full roster for you over the weekend. Be sure and come back soon. It's Belinda from Soap Dirt. We're here talking Bold and Beautiful 7 days a week. Please subscribe if you haven't.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.